would you do if you run completely out of cash? What would you do if you wanna cut a dash? Polish up the shoes, throw on something fine. We don't talk about diesels, I'm running on style this time. Cruising down the boulevard, wheels gleam in the night. Beige leather interior, looking chic alright. Money's a little tight, but I'm feeling brand new. Living large tonight, no budget reviews. Blues! What do you mean I'm not getting paid for this?
It's been a while since we've had a P2 Volvo V70 on the channel, viewers. In fact, the last time was about May 2022, and it was a 2003 2.4 SE manual. This is a 2005 SE with the 167 horsepower engine, but it's an automatic one. And of course, it has, I knew you'd be excited about this, viewers, a beige leather interior. I do like a nice beige leather interior, viewers. Particularly one with wood, although this doesn't have any wood in it, which is a shame. I can't remember if the earlier ones do. So the P2 V70 was made from 2000 to 2007. It replaced the P80 generation of V70s that were introduced about 1996. Some people call those the P1s, although that's not technically correct, but everybody does it, so I wouldn't worry about it too much. This one, it doesn't actually have parking sensors on the back, which is a shame. SE was the main trim level for this generation of V70. And this is a facelift car. Facelift was introduced in late 2004. We'll have a look in the boot. It's actually all just been cleaned, this car, because this is one I sourced myself. So that's good. We don't have to fiddle too much with stuff. Some of these have 7.6. This car doesn't have that. And actually, we've had this this bit kind of already loosened. Let's just loosen these bits up here. If you loosen the side bits there, then you just lift this up, and underneath here, if I get this right, yeah, spare wheel, jack, and actually the battery is actually here as well. They're all under there. It's fantastic. Big old spare, that as well. Right, I better fix that in a little bit later, viewers. But yeah, big old boot and a low blind. The only thing is, this isn't the biggest boot in its class. You'd think on the V70 it would be, and if you're looking at cars like the old 960 and the later V90, they are bigger than this. But it's still quite a big space, and this one's actually got a dog guard in it as well, which is great. You can put that down if you want to. All the lights are working in this car. It's at 165,000 miles, but you never know it, actually. When you're buying these, you do not really focus on the mileage. These will do 500,000 miles or something like that, actually, quite easily. So, yeah. When you're looking at one of these, just don't really pay much attention to that. Obviously, the lower mileage ones are worth a bit more, but there we go. What we'll do next, let's get in the back, shall we? Again, they're not necessarily like the biggest cars in the back. So my stuff's all in here because I travelled up on the train to actually get this car, so that's why my stuff's in here. There we go, we've got interior lights, we've got a nice sunroof in here, we've got working air conditioning. It's actually dual zone climate control in this particular car, which is good. There we are. And beige leather armrest. Yes, viewers, beige leather armrest. Isn't it exciting? Matte pockets and Volvo's sort of famous kind of head restraints integrated into the seats, and we've got little vents in here for the rear passengers. You've got a 12-volt socket here. Don't we have an ashtray? Do we have an ashtray in here? I don't think so. It's a bit late for us, isn't it? Lumbar support as well. Very, very comfortable place to spend time. Kind of like the estate version of both the S60 and the S80 P2, both of which we've had on the channel in the last year or so. Because I'm a member of Volvo Owners Club as well, you think I'm maybe biased about things, but the interiors, they can be a little bit warm. But again, this one's done 165,000 miles, and I'm not sure you necessarily know that. It's good. It's very good indeed. And then, as it says there, there's a inflatable curtain airbag in there. So a very safe car for the time. Well, probably not by kind of 2025 standards, but 20 years ago it would have been. Right, let's get to the front, shall we? So compared with the pre-facelift car that I filmed in 2022, which is 2003, this has a different interior in it. It is a little bit nicer. I do prefer, personally, the look and the style of the post-facelift cars like this one, but one really annoying thing, and we'll look at that later, is the headlamps on them. They tend to have problems. Whereas the pre-facelift ones, you don't get that. So we'll just put the key in. Actually got an illuminated ignition barrel. There we go. For once, I actually managed to do it at one hand. Amazing. There we go. So we've got about 85 miles, 90 miles an hour tank. Yeah, 165,000 miles. Absolutely nothing for one of these cars. One really weird thing, I don't know if it will happen now, but when I was having a look at this car the other day, I found out that the radio just sometimes randomly comes on when you fiddle with the air conditioning controls. So maybe we will just see if that happens. No. But radio might come on. I might just turn that down with no copyright infringement on this channel. Cup holder there. Not the best action to see, but it's fine. One thing I would say is, if you've got a car in park, you can't see the heating and lighting controls very well. Multi-stage heated seats, of course. I think this is powerful mirror button. Let's see if that works. Oh yes. Oh my goodness. Exciting, viewers. And then the electric sunroof. Yes. Fantastic, and lots of little lights there. We better put some more lights on actually in here in a bit, because it's getting a bit dark. And then a glove box. Yeah, I'm not going to try and through commission documents in here today. Fortunately, the service book gets sort of trapped in there. We've got a little pen holder in there. On the left, we've got 2 pens. The previous owners left my client 2 pens. He'd be happy about that, won't he? Soft touch dashboard. And then we've got the sort of trip computer type thing in here. I think we can sort of go around like this and see. There we go. 26 miles per gallon average, 23 miles at average speed, 90 miles empty tank. That's pretty all you need to know, isn't it? It's 11 degrees out there tonight. Fog lamp switches here. There's the switch that looks very similar to one of the old 850, isn't it? Cruise control, of course, on this car. This is an automatic. You could get a 5-speed manual, some of them actually have 6 speeds. But yeah, all very nice and very comfortable. Nice big door bins, electric windows and mirrors. Amazingly, this car has not got cracked buttons for the electric windows and mirrors. That's quite common on these. This car doesn't have that, which is nice. Just lots and lots and lots of beige leather, and a beige leather wrapped steering wheel, and very wonderful. And oh, we've got a light in the centre console. This had the cup holder in the boot. We've actually put that back in here now. Yeah, we've got another cup holder here. That's where the rear cup holders are, but they're there. I mean, I think you can lift this up. There you go. There's something in there as well. All in all, it's rather nice, viewers. It's rather agreeable. I like it rather a lot, but then again, why would I not? If you think these cars are not for you, then possibly this is the wrong channel you're watching. But anyway, right, that's enough waffling about nothing. Let's have a look under the bonnet, shall we? As you can see, viewers, like one of the headlamps has gone a bit cloudy, one of them is okay. That's the problem with these post-facelift cars, the plastic headlamps. The pre-facelift ones don't have that issue. So underneath the bonnet of this one, we have Volvo's famous 5-cylinder white block engine, developing 167 horsepower, and it is 2.4 litres in capacity. It's actually 2.435 or something. So can't see the gearbox in here, that's fine. They're actually pretty dependable, these engines, to be honest. If you look after them and change the cam belt regularly, the cam belt on this car has been done twice already, so no problems there. And yeah, we've got the dipstick there. A lot of the things are on the side, like power steering fluid and coolant on there, and the washer bottles down there. But yeah, you shouldn't run to too long if you're looking at one of these, because there's not that much that goes wrong with them, really, even at this sort of age. The other thing as well, these cars don't really rust, unless there's accident damage, which is something to look out for. They don't really rust, which is brilliant, really, for a car that's at least ones you're looking at will be 18 years old minimum. This is 20 years old, this car, this month. So, you know, there we go. Right, I think it's time that we got the stuff together and drove back to Coventry. Okay viewers, on the way back to Coventry in the V70. So these cars will actually drive quite nicely. The biggest problem with these is the size of them and the turning circle. Now it's not as bad as on an S60. The turning circles on an S60 are absolutely terrible. This still isn't great though. So the base engine in one of these was a 2.4 litre white block 5-cylinder engine with 138 horsepower. Those are quite slow, to be honest. I'd recommend going for this engine, the one up from that, with 167 horsepower. You can get it either with a manual or automatic gearbox. Then above that, there was a 2-litre turbo engine with 181 horsepower. That's actually a pretty good engine, to be honest. That's pretty decent. If you want more power, though, you can go for a couple more turbocharged engines. You can go for either a 2.4, which is used until 2003 with 197 horsepower, or after 2003 there is a 2.5 turbo with 207 horsepower. Above that, if you want to go even more crazy, you can go for the 2.3 T5 with 247 horsepower, or the 2.4 T5 that came in, I think, in 2004 with 256 horsepower. Or if you want to go really, really mad, you can go for the R model with standard all-wheel drive with 296 horsepower. There are also some diesels available, but as usual, due to controversial government legislation and all kinds of other reasons, we don't talk about diesels on this channel. We do talk about instead is this absolutely incredible white block engine. I love 5-cylinder white block engines. I've had a couple of cars with them, and you've got to watch the high pressure turbo of the T5s and the Rs. They tend to have problems with the oil leaks in the PCV systems. We've got the 2.3 models, so I wouldn't go for one of those. I'd stick, if you can, with the 2.4 non-turbo or the 2-litre turbo, or if you need a bit more power, maybe the 2.4, 2.5 turbo. So considering this car's done all these miles, it actually drives really, really well. Suspension is still good. Obviously, it's got tons of receipts for this car. It's got absolutely loads and loads of paperwork. So typical Volvo owner, like the people I know in the club that I'm part of. Yeah, it handles well. The steering's actually not too bad, because it's not really a sporty car particularly or anything like that. It's actually pretty good. I'm very, very much enjoying it on these country roads at sunset in Leicestershire. It's pretty good. Steering is a lot more direct in this than lots of other cars I drive, actually. Even my 1993 Audi V8. So yeah, it's actually pretty good fun. It's not the fastest thing in the world, but this automatic gearbox, this 167 brake horsepower model would do 0 to 60 in about 9.6 seconds, which is probably okay. I mean, for some of you, the 138 brake horsepower car would also probably be fine, because actually this feels quite urgent. But yeah, it is a big heavy car. You are aware of a lot of the kind of the weight of it moving around, so you can't push it too hard. But if you really want some sportiness, you go for a T5 or an R model. Whereas, you know, this normal people amongst us will just go for one of these. But yeah, I really like these cars. I don't know what my favourite is amongst the P2 platform cars, the S60, the S80 or one of these. I'm not really sure. Let me sort of think about that whilst I drive back to Warwickshire. Let's now look briefly at some Volvo V70 P2 trim levels.
So the majority of the cars are actually some variation on the SE. This is an SE. There's also the SE Lux, the SE Ocean Race Special Edition, the SE Sport, and for some reason, in addition to an SE Sport, there is a Special Edition Sport and a normal Sport. What the difference is between those, I don't know. Also, there's the Taurus Lander and the S. The S model is very basic, actually, comparatively speaking, and then the R. So, viewers, should you consider a Volvo V70 P2 for your hard-earned budget, it's up to £1,000? Well, I'm not really sure you should particularly, because how do I put this? You won't get a very good car for that money. This car cost about £3,000. There's actually not that much in the £3,000 to £6,000 bracket, because Japanese imports and R's in fact start at about £6,000 to £7,000. So the stuff below kind of £1,000 is very tatty, but you can get one of these with engines we can't talk about for under £1,000 with an MOT. So that's where they start. That's why I ended up with no budget reviews. But I'd start at maybe £3,000 and sort of work your way up a little bit in order to get a nice example of one of these, because they are going up in value for good examples, regardless of the mileage. Anyway, thank you ever so much indeed once again for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like this video and comment below, and we shall see you again very soon for some more inexpensive motoring.